Assalamualaikum and a very good morning everyone. So today our group will present about the Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013-2025, also known as PPPM. This National Education Plan was introduced by the Ministry of Education Malaysia to transform Malaysia education system and prepare students for the challenges of the 21st century. The blueprint outlined 11 major shifts which are strategic changes designed to improve the quality, accessibility, and effectiveness of education in Malaysia. This shift aims to achieve 5 key aspirations. Number 1, access. We're ensuring every child receive education. Number 2, quality. Improving learning outcome to match international standards. Number 3, equity. Reducing achievement gaps between different student groups. Number 4, unity. Promoting national integration among students. And number 5, efficiency. Ensuring resources used effectively. The purpose of this shift is to strengthen Malaysian education system so that students can develop knowledge, skills, leadership qualities, bilingual proficiency, ethic, and national identity. In this presentation, we will be explaining about the 11 important shifts in Malaysia. Shift 1. Provide equal access to quality education. The first shift focuses on ensuring that every child in Malaysia has access to quality education that meets international standards. According to the Malaysia Education Blueprint, the government aims to achieve universal access to education from preschool until upper secondary level. This means every child, regardless of background, location, or socio-economic status, should have opportunity to receive a high-quality education. One key challenges in Malaysia education system is that achievement gap between urban and rural area schools. Students in rural areas sometimes face challenges such as limited education resources, fewer experienced teachers, and weaker access to technology. Therefore, the shift aims to reduce this inequality. Some initiatives introduced under the shift include expanding preschool education access, improving infrastructure in rural schools, providing better teacher placement and support. By improving access and quality, Malaysia aims to ensure that all students are prepared for higher education and future careers. For educators, this shift highlights the importance of inclusive teaching practice where teachers ensure that every student receives equal learning opportunity regardless of their background.
Proficiency. Shift 2 focuses on ensuring that every student in Malaysia becomes proficient in both Bahasa Melayu and English. Language proficiency is important because it enables students to communicate effectively, access knowledge, and participate in both national and global communities. In the Malaysia education system, Bahasa Malaysia plays an important role as the national language and a symbol of unity among the diversity population. At the same time, English is widely used as an international language in fields such as science, business, technology, and higher education system. Therefore, students need to develop strong skills in both languages in order to succeed academically and professionally. One main strategy to achieve bilingual proficiency is strengthening the quality of language teaching in schools. Teachers are encouraged to use engaging teaching methods such as discussion, presentation, and collaborative activities to help students practice communication skills. Another strategy is increasing students' exposure to both language. Schools can provide language-related activities such as debate, reading club, or language or language clubs. These activities allow students to practice using Bahasa Malaysia and English in meaningful situations. In conclusion, Shift 2 aims to produce students who are confident and competent in both language. By improving teaching quality and increasing exposure to language use, the education system prepare students to communicate effectively in both national and global contexts.
Shift 3 to develop values-driven Malaysians. Education in Malaysia actually must inspire students to shape them to turn into individuals who actually have leadership skills, spirituality, and a strong sense of national identity. So, academic performance alone actually cannot define success. The true measure of education lies on its ability to nurture values into citizens that can contribute positively to society. So this shift actually emphasizes the holistic development of students. So it will make sure that they grow into a principled leaders and responsible Malaysians. Teachers who act as educators actually play a vital role in this transformation. Teachers can act as role models and mentors, where teachers actually must demonstrate integrity, fairness, and respect in their daily interactions. This is because students actually learn more from observing our behavior rather than reading it on textbook. So the teachers must conduct and become a living lesson in values so that the students will follow what we are doing from our behavior and be a good students. So by guiding students not only in academic but also in personal growth, teachers actually already help cultivate something in their mind, which is resilience, empathy, and moral courage. So how can we add this value in our classroom is by highlight honesty in problem solving so that the students believe that the experience in this shift can be approached and it is not an abstract concept.
Moving on to shift 4. Transform teaching into the profession of choice. The fourth shift focuses on improving the quality and professionalism of teachers. The blueprint recognizes that teachers are the most important factor influencing students' learning outcomes. Research cited in the blueprint shows that high-quality teaching significantly improves student achievements. Therefore, the government aimed to make teaching a highly respected and competitive profession. Several strategies are introduced under the shift. First, the ministry aimed to raise the entry requirements for teacher training program, ensuring that only qualified and capable candidates enter the teaching profession. Second, teachers are encouraged to engage in continuous profession development, meaning they must constantly improve their teaching skills, pedagogical knowledge, and subject expertise. Third, the blueprint also introduced career progression so that excels teacher can advance professionally without leaving classroom teaching. This initiative helps ensure that Malaysian teachers are competent, motivated, and professional educators. For teachers, the shift means they must continuously upgrade their skills, adopt innovative teaching strategies, remain committed to lifelong learning, where this aligned with the ideas that teachers are not only educators but also role model and leaders in shaping future generations.
Ensure high-performing school leaders in every school. Shift 5 focuses on ensuring that every school in Malaysia has effective and high-quality leaders. In the education system, school leaders such as principals and administrators play a crucial role in shaping the quality of teaching and learning. Their leadership not only influence how schools are managed but also affect teachers' motivation, school culture, and student academic achievement, school academic achievement. Because of this, the Pelan Pembangunan Pendidikan Malaysia (PPPM) highlights the importance of strengthening leadership in every school. The main aim of this shift is to strengthen leadership among principals and school administrators so that they can effectively manage schools and support teachers. A strong school leader is responsible for setting clear goals, guiding teachers, and ensuring that teaching and learning activities can run smoothly. Effective leadership also involves making informed decisions, solving problems within the school environment, and creating a positive learning culture. When principals demonstrate strong leadership skills, they are able to motivate teachers and encourage collaboration and ensure that students receive high quality education. One important strategy under this shift is structured leadership and monitoring. School leaders are expected to monitor school performance regularly. For example, principal may observe classroom teaching, review students' academic results, and identify areas that require improvement. Through continuous monitoring, school leaders can provide feedback to teachers and help improve teaching practices. In conclusion, Shift 5 emphasized the importance of strong leadership in schools. By strengthening the leadership abilities of principal and administrators, the education system can ensure better school management, improve teaching practices, and ultimately higher students' achievement. This shift aims to transform how the ministry manages its operation so that schools receive the support they needed in timely and efficient manner. When administrative system function effectively, schools can focus more on teaching and learning.
Shift 6 to empower state and district officers. Malaysia education system actually lies in empowering state and district education officers to take on greater responsibility in decision making. What I was saying was because traditionally many policies and directions actually have been centralized. So schools rely heavily on instruction from federal level. So this shift actually recognized that local authorities are often better positioned to understand the unique challenge of schools in their communities. So by decentralizing the operations, educations become more responsive and effective in addressing the diverse need across the nation in their own community. For educators, this change carries significant implications. Teachers tend to benefit from more vocalized support and training tailored to the realities of their schools, rather than receiving a generic programs that are designed on national levels. Professional development can be customized according and by reflecting to the specific needs of a district, whether it involves rural schools with limited access or and urban schools with overcrowding students. So this localized approach ensure that teachers are better equipped to deliver meaningful learning experience to their students.
Leverage ICT to scale up quality learning. The seventh shift focuses on the integration of information and communication technology, or ICT, in education. In today's digital age, technology plays a crucial role in teaching and learning. The Malaysia Education Blueprint recognizes that digital technology can significantly enhance student learning experience. Under this shift, the government aimed to expand digital infrastructure and digital learning resources in school. This includes initiatives such as number 1, improving internet connectivity in schools. Number 2, providing digital learning platforms. Number 3, integrating technology into classroom teaching. So the use of ICT allows teachers to create more interactive, engaging, and student-centered learning environment. For instance, digital tools can support online learning platforms, multimedia presentation, and collaborative learning activities. During the COVID 19 pandemic, the importance of digital learning became even more evident as schools relied heavily on online teaching and virtual classroom. Therefore, teachers today must develop digital competency, including the ability to use technology effectively for teaching, assessment, and communication. This shift highlights that modern educators must be digitally literate and adaptable to technological changes.
Transform the ministry's delivery capabilities. Shift 8 focuses on improving the efficiency and effectiveness of Ministry of Education's administration and service delivery. A strong education system not only depends on teachers and school, but also effective management at the national level. The Ministry of Education is responsible for planning policies, distributing resources, and supporting schools across the country. Therefore, efficient administration ensures that educational initiatives and policies are implemented successfully rather than dealing with administrative difficulties. One of the key strategies is increasing data reporting within education system. Data such as student achievement, school performance, and teachers' effectiveness are collected and analyzed. This information helps policymakers understand the strength and weakness of the education system. Another strategy is improving performance reporting. By monitoring and reporting performance indicators, the ministry can evaluate whether educational programs are achieving their intended outcome. If certain strategies are not effective, adjustment can be made based on the collected data. Data-driven decision making is also important in this shift. When policies and decisions are based on accurate information, the ministry can allocate resources more effectively and implement strategies that improve educational outcomes. In conclusion, Shift 8 highlights the importance of efficient governance and management in the education system. Through better data reporting and performance monitoring, the Ministry of Education can deliver services more effectively and support schools in achieving educational excellence.
Shift 9 Partnership with Communities. Success of Malaysia education systems not only depends on schools and teachers, but also the active involvement of parents, communities, and private sector. Education is a shared responsibility. When families and communities collaborate with schools and teachers, the students actually benefit and found a more supportive environment. This shift emphasized the importance of building strong partnerships that extend learning beyond the classroom and foster a culture of collective responsibility for student development. For educators, these transformations mean engaging more deeply with parents and community programs. Teachers are actually no longer seen solely as classroom instructors, but as facilitators of collaborations between schools and families. The frequent communication that happen during meetings, reports day or digital platforms actually create good results. Such an engagement ensures that parents are informed and involved who where they be able to reinforce learning and values at home. When parents and teachers work together, students receive consistent guidance that strengthens both academic achievement and character development. So, community involvement plays a vital role in supporting school activities.
Shift 10. Maximize student outcomes for every ringgit. The 10th shift focuses on ensuring that education resources are used efficiently to produce the best possible outcomes for students. Education requires significant financial investment from the government. Therefore, the Malaysian Education Blueprint emphasizes the importance of using resources strategically effectively. This means the Ministry of Education must carefully evaluate how funds are allocated across different programs in school and initiative. The goal is to ensure that every investment in education leads to meaningful improvement in students' learning outcomes. For example, the ministry may prioritize learning for teacher training programs, education technology, school infrastructural improvement, and by focusing on efficiency and accountability, the education system can ensure that resources are used wisely to benefit students. For educators, the shift emphasizes the importance of using teaching resources effectively, including time, technology, and instructional materials. Teachers should also adopt data-driven teaching approaches where they analyze student performance data to improve learning strategies.
Transparency for public accountability. Shift 11 focuses on increasing transparency in the education system to ensure accountability and public trust. Transparency means that information about educational performance and outcome is openly shared with stakeholders such as parents, communities, and policy makers. The purpose of this shift is to ensure that information about school performance, students' achievement, and educational progress is accessible to the public. When stakeholders have access to this information, they can better understand how the education system is performing. Transparency also encourages accountability because schools and teachers are expected to maintain high standards when their performance is monitored and reported. Key strategies for implementation of this strategy is assessing teachers' and overall school performance. This approach helps ensure that teaching practices contribute to meaningful learning and academic progress. Another key strategy is promoting evidence-based teaching practice. Teachers are encouraged to use instructional methods supported by research and data. For example, teachers may use formative assessments, feedback strategies, and data analyzed to improve teaching effectiveness. Evidence-based practices help ensure that decisions in education are based on reliable information rather than assumption or tradition. Transparency strengthens trust between the education system and the public. When parents and communities are informed about the school performance, they can actively participate in supporting students' learning. At the same time, transparency motivates schools to continuously improve their performance. In conclusion, Shift 11 emphasized the importance of openness and accountability in education. By sharing performance information and encouraging evidence-based teaching practices, the education system can maintain public confidence and continuously improve educational quality.
Overall implications of Malaysian Education Development Plan. For teachers, teachers are at the heart of PPPM success. They are expected to continuously improve their teaching quality through professional development programs that enhance both pedagogical skills and subject knowledge. The plan emphasized student-centered approach by encouraging teachers to move away from rote learning and instead foster creativity and critical thinking in their teaching. Moreover, teachers are tasked with integrating ICT into the classroom, so it will make sure that students are prepared for a digital future. Beyond academics, educators are entrusted with shaping students' values, character, and leadership qualities. So, positioning them as role models while who guide them for their next generation. For students, PPPM promise a more holistic education. The plan not only focus on academic achievement but also on bilingual proficiency, higher order thinking skills, hearts, and moral values. This balanced approach actually ensures students who are equipped with intellectual capacity to compete globally while maintaining strong stance of national identity. So for school serve as the foundation of implementing the PPPM. They are expected to strengthen leadership, improve teaching standards, and create supportive learning environments that foster student growth. Students, the leader must ensure that teachers are empowered and motivated to teach our students and prepare our students for the world that they will be approached soon. Conclusion is the Malaysian Education Development Plan (PTPM) sets out a transformative vision for the nation's education system. With clear implications for teachers, students, and schools, teachers are called to embrace continuous professional growth, while students are turned to get benefit from holistic education that balance academic excellence with bilingual proficiency, higher order thinking skills, and moral development. While school must strengthen leadership, raise teaching standards, and foster supportive environment that encourage collaboration with parents, communities, and the private sector. Overall, the PPPM underscores that education is not merely about academic outcomes, but actually about nurturing well-rounded individuals and building a system that is responsive, inclusive, and future-ready. By aligning the efforts of teachers, students, and schools, Malaysia can ensure that its education system can produce citizens who are ethical, competitive, and proud of their heritage, who ultimately will drive the nation towards sustaining progress and unity.